Egyptian-born Amgad Khalafallah studied in South Carolina on a State Department scholarship and worked as a hospital technician there. In 2017, he was accused of visa violations and arrested by ICE.
I'm just scared and confused. All I know that my handcuffs on my hands, a big chain around my waist and my feet.
In jail, he got in trouble for disobeying an order to return to his bed. His punishment, 7 days in solitary.
I'm thinking like this, what did I have done wrong in my life that I get that punishment?
We have created and continue to support a system that involves widespread abuse of human beings.
Ellen Gallagher works in the Office of the Inspector General at the Department of Homeland Security. In 2014, she was with a different DHS office where she reviewed civil rights complaints and was troubled by what she saw in ICE's own files. Hundreds of immigrant detainees being put in solitary confinement every week. Most troubling for her, cases involving the mentally ill. A schizophrenic detainee sentenced to 390 days in solitary for throwing human waste at a guard. Another mentally ill detainee got 15 days because he had a green pepper in his sock.
The notes specifically said he had hidden the green pepper.
A green pepper.
Half a green pepper.
ICE's policy states that detainees should be segregated only after careful consideration of alternatives.
Solitary confinement was being used as the first resort, not the last resort. And sometimes it was the only approach.
In a statement to NBC News, a spokesperson says ICE is firmly committed to the safety and welfare of all those in its custody. The use of restrictive housing in ICE detention facilities is exceedingly rare, but at times necessary to ensure the safety of staff and individuals in a facility. Between 2014 and 2018, Gallagher sent memos detailing her concerns up the chain.
How would you characterize the overall response to the concerns you raised?
Muted.
Why are you speaking up now?
Because if I didn't speak up, I don't think I could live with myself.
An NBC News review of ICE data found more than 8,000 cases of immigrants held in solitary confinement in local, private, and federal facilities under both the Obama and Trump administrations. A third of them involved the mentally ill, including one put in isolation for nearly 2 years. At least 7 have committed suicide while in solitary. Dulce Rivera, an immigrant from Honduras, tried to hang herself while in solitary in New Mexico.
Think like you don't have no help. You're never going to be out.
She spent about 11 months in isolation, sometimes in a cell like this. Documents show officials knew about her history of mental illness, including prior suicide attempts.
It's not only me, it's a lot of people who's living segregation time right now. And they need to be out there because at the end of the time, when you get up, you're going to feel like me.
Dulce is now living with a sponsor in the U.S. Amgad, the immigrant from Egypt, at the beginning of our story, was granted asylum. Lester.
Gabe, is there any indication the situation is getting better?
Well, Lester, the federal whistleblower we spoke with thinks it may be getting worse. That's because of the rising number of immigrants being detained in facilities that aren't necessarily equipped to deal with the most vulnerable.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.